Just to touch on F&B's experience of e-procurement and how we're seeing that as a key enabler of our internal operations, I think it's critical to mention that our ability to offer very innovative products and services to the market has led to a lot of recognition for F&B and its brand and the competitive nature of our advanced offerings. And the same is true internally. We're driving innovation and automation throughout our business and looking for all kinds of opportunities to make sure that we bring technology to bear on existing processes to get rid of paper as much as possible. And purchasing is no different. This is where the term e-procurement comes in. E-commerce is the broader term, where again, E is just the automation. So e-commerce is the automation of commerce, but it's a little bit more on the sales side of the business. And as I mentioned, looking at the purchasing side, where e-procurement is a term that comes into play, I think research shows, and Aberdeen, for example, look at the CPO agenda. McKinsey have a lot of good information on how companies and organizations can use purchasing to differentiate themselves and to become more effective. And if you consider what is on the CPO's agenda, it really needs to drive the use of technology in every aspect of the business, right from sourcing all the way through to the purchasing process. You find that your ability to combine what we talked about in another segment, e-catalogues, the purchase order process, the payment process, the reuse of HR information to manage the approvals, and the user access to view and select goods and services from the catalog and to create a purchase order that is then approved and goes to a supplier, etc. And as much as you can make that as efficient and as automated as possible, then you're helping your bottom line. But as we mentioned in another segment, your human capital then feels empowered. And that's what F&B is all about. Any of the savings in time and money that we can pass back to our employees to help them do their jobs better. And purchasing professionals is no exception. If we can give them the tools and the systems to enable them to do their jobs better and to help them manage our suppliers and to bring in those much needed goods and services from our trusted third-party suppliers, then that is good for our business. And although as a financial services company, the focus really is on that purchase to pay process and a little bit of upstream sourcing and contracts management and supplier relationship management, we are also finding ourselves being pulled into inventory and logistics. F&B, as the biggest supplier of iPads in the country, through our phenomenal and market-beating customer offerings in the last 18 months, have found that we need to maintain a network and a stock control system, which is applicable to many other aspects of our business, which we already do, obviously, for the distribution and the management of our cash business, where people still need to draw money from ATMs. So although the bulk of our business is service orientated, we mustn't underestimate the leverage we can get from optimizing our supply chain processes. And we've started that e-procurement journey. We really have made some great strides in bringing automation to bear on that purchasing process. I think where now we will start to add value with the next steps is to leverage ERP and to say, well, where, for example, in our organization do we have data that we can then combine with to improve what we're doing in purchasing? And HR is an obvious one. Finance is another one. Fixed assets is another one. Existing contracts management systems is another one. So our drive really is around simplification and reuse. Audio Jungle.